Billionaire's daughter was failing math until a homeless girl, hiding outside her classroom. Window changed everything. Scholola, a 12-year-old street child, had been watching lessons through cracked glass for months. When Jessica Agu struggled with fractions, Scholola whispered the answer from the shadows. What happened next would rewrite both their futures. Picture a classroom where the brightest student never sets foot inside. 12-year-old Scholola pressed her face against the cracked window pane each morning, tracing equations in the dust while other children sat at desks. Her home was a broken kiosk near Lagos's gutters, where she pulled her mother through streets thick with the smell of rotting fruit. Strangers shouted insults like thunderfire poverty as they passed, but Scholola walked faster, eyes fixed ahead. Her mother's mind had been slipping for years. Some days she screamed at shadows. Other days she sat motionless for hours. Scholola kept them alive by selling sachets of water, counting change in her head to avoid being cheated. At night, she recited multiplication tables to drown out the noise of the street. One afternoon, a teacher found her solving geometry problems in the dirt outside the schoolyard, using a stick as her pencil. The woman called her difficult, shooing her away when she begged to join class. Children who grow up on streets often develop skills that classrooms never teach. Scholola could memorize entire poems from overhearing them once. She calculated change faster than the market women, spotting when prices didn't add up. None of this mattered to the schools that turned her away until Auntie Linda took notice. The cafeteria worker slipped her a pencil one day, then a second-hand uniform. "You belong inside," she whispered, buttoning the too large shirt for her. For months, Scholola stood outside that classroom window, whispering answers when students struggled. She knew every lesson by heart, though no one had ever written her name on a attendance sheet. Then one damp morning, Jessica Agu turned toward the voice at the window. The billionaire's daughter had been staring at a fraction problem, lost, until Sholola's whisper untangled it. Jessica's eyes widened. In that moment, two lives began to shift. Jessica Agu frowned at the fraction problem, pencil frozen mid-air. Then a whisper cut through from the window. "Flip the second one and multiply." The billionaire's daughter turned to see. Scholola's fingers pressed against the glass, sketching the solution in condensation. That afternoon, Jessica left a meat pie wedged in the window frame, Scholola's first hot meal in days. Under the mango tree behind school, they developed a routine. Scholola explained long division in the dirt while Jessica shared textbooks, both ignoring the way teachers stiffened when they passed. Jessica's peers called it charity, but Scholola gave far more than she received. "You think like a queen but act like a beggar," she once told Jessica, blunt as a slap. "Your father built an empire. Why don't you believe you deserve it?" Meanwhile, Scholola devoured borrowed science books, smuggling them back to the kiosk where she read by street lamp glow. Lagos society had rules about who could speak to whom. A security guard nearly caught them trading notes behind the chapel. Scholola vanished into the bushes just in time. Such friendships survive on secrecy, the unspoken understanding that crossing lines risks consequences for one far more than the other. Then Chief Agu arrived unexpectedly for a parent-teacher meeting. Spotting Scholola at his daughter's side, he strode toward them. Jessica braced for shouting, but her father knelt instead. "Show me what you've been teaching her," he said. Scholola's hands shook as she demonstrated algebraic equations with pebbles. By sundown, Chief Agu had scholars assessing her abilities. "Pack your things," he told her. "You're coming home with us." The penthouse elevator felt like a spaceship to Scholola, chrome walls, reflecting her unfamiliar clean uniform. Yet the real test came at dinner, when the housekeeper eyed her stained backpack. Jessica reached over and squeezed her hand under the table. No one let go. Scholola's story holds up a mirror. Brilliance often lingers where we refuse to look. The girl who learned through a cracked window now tutors classmates in that same classroom, her ink-stained fingers proof that potential thrives in cracks between what society sees and what exists. There are hundreds like her hiding in plain sight. The boy who repairs phones with scavenged parts. The girl reciting Shakespeare to stray dogs behind the market. Someone just needs to pause long enough to really see them. Next week, we'll share how Scholola's mother finally got help, because no child's future should rely solely on the kindness of strangers.